Hi, I'm Dan Furman from Cricket Hill Garden, and today we're going to talk about planting herbaceous and intersectional peonies. It's mid-September, now's the perfect time to plant. When you receive a peony from us in the mail, herbaceous or intersectional peony, it will be packed in a plastic bag with the variety name marked at the top here. So the first thing you want to do is open it up and remove the plant. We pack in core, which keeps it nice and moist. Now you'll see, here are the roots, and then here are the eyes. Each one of these eyes will be a shoot next year. So you can leave it in the bag, you don't want it to dry out. There are 3 steps to planting a herbaceous or intersectional peony. The first is preparing the site, that includes digging the hole. The second is amending the planting area, and the third is planting your peony. So let's see how we do that. So the first step in planting your herbaceous or intersectional peony is preparing the planting area. Here we've selected a site that gets full sun, well drained, also has good airflow. Now this is a relatively uncultivated area, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the sod around the area where we're going to be planting our peony. Okay, so we've removed the sod from the planting area. We're going to take the sod and leave it off to the side to use later as mulch. We're now going to try to dig a hole that's 2 feet wide and about 1.5 feet deep. Okay, looks like we've got a good hole here. Check the depth, looks like it's about 1.5 feet deep and 2 feet wide. So we're going to begin amending our hole, first by adding a few scoops of compost. We're fortunate here in Connecticut to live near some dairy farms, so we have access to very nice composted cow manure. So I put 3 good scoops in there. I'm going to add 3 scoops of our native soil and mix this together. Next, we're going to amend with our minerals. We add calcitic lime to raise the pH, azomite for essential micronutrients and minerals which aren't commonly found in our soils, as well as bone char, which adds phosphorus to the soil. So I have here 1 cup of all 3 of those amendments mixed together. I'm going to take half this and add it here. Then we're going to just lightly mix this together. Okay, now it's time to plant our peony. First, what we want to do is check the depth. Now remember, these eyes, we only want 2 inches beneath the soil. So it looks like we need to add a little more soil to the bottom of our hole. Now the planting depth looks like it's about right. What we're going to do now is finish filling in the hole here. So for the top, generally do 2/3 of the native soil, 1/3 compost. You want to just mix this. Then take the rest of your amendments, sprinkle them on the top, mix this a little bit. So we want to water in this newly planted peony to ensure that the soil settles evenly around the roots. Start by adding a few gallons of water. Let it soak in. So after allowing the water to settle for a few minutes, we see that the eyes are exposed here. That means we have to add a few more inches of soil. Again, we're going to add a mixture of about 2/3 native soil, 1/3 compost. make sure this is all well mixed. Again, you want to water this in. Our water is settled. Now we can check the depth of the eyes with our finger. Feels like they're about 2 inches beneath the soil here. So, this peony is pretty well planted. So one final step would be to take this sod, roots facing up, and place it around your peony here. You don't want to put it on top. This will serve to further smother the grass around our plant. Okay, if you have any leftover compost, you can also put that around your plant. This way, as the roots grow, the compost will filter down into the soil and feed your peony. Finally, it's always a good idea to mark your newly planted peony. We like to use little bamboo stakes with the plastic tag, which has the variety name. That way in the spring, when it comes up, you'll know what you have planted here.